Hey everybody, welcome. It's Brett Figueroa coming to you live from beautiful Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Hey, I want to take a moment and I want to personally welcome you here to our short video training. And I want to take a moment before we begin and personally acknowledge you. And the reason I want to acknowledge you is because you're part of what I call the few who do versus the many who talk. I mean, you think about it, in our society, in our culture, we have a lot of talkers. People talk about how they're going to make more money, how they're going to increase success, how they're going to lose weight, quit smoking, write the next book, start the next business. A lot of talkers, yet few doers. So if you're actually here and you're present with us, you're watching right now, it just lets me know straight out of the gate that you're not just interested in your success, either personally or professionally. It lets me know you're flat down outright committed to it. So I want to say congratulations and I welcome you here into the training video over the next few minutes. You know, we live in a very interesting time in our life right now with COVID running rampant and so much uncertainty in our world right now, not just in the United States, but rather all over the world. Suicide's on its high, addictions are on their high, domestic abuse is on their high. None of those are on their low. They're all on their highs right now. So much uncertainty in our world. So I'm not sure where you're at, either personally or professionally. I don't know where you are in your game in life right now, in your marriage, in your fitness, in whatever those areas that might be really important to you as a person. But I want to welcome you here to maybe there's a spark of inspiration, maybe there's a bit of encouragement, maybe there's something I get an opportunity to share with you. Now at the very end, I'll invite you into an opportunity to learn a bit more about the work in which I do. So some of you that are watching might be thinking, well, who is this guy, Brett Figueroa? Who is this dude? I was just a 19-year-old kid that boarded a Greyhound bus with 50 borrowed dollars shortly after high school. No direction, no college, wasn't really sure where I was going, wasn't sure of my destination, had no clue. I just kind of dabbled around, and fortunately now for the past 25 plus years, I've been privileged to be a coach and a life coach, a business coach, training over 3,000 different companies, moving 25 times in 5 years. And people ask me, well, how did you get started as a coach 2.5 decades ago? And I let people know that usually people that get started in this line of work, it's many times out of one or two reasons. It's either out of inspiration or desperation. In me, it wasn't out of inspiration. I wasn't like, yeah, I'm inspired to change the whole world. Rather, I was desperate. I had no job, I had no money, and I had no car. I was a floundering guy, 27, 28 years old with no direction. I just really wasn't sure what my next move was in my own personal life. And maybe like yourself, maybe you've heard that, success leaves clues. And so, if you want to know how to be successful, go to successful people and find out what they did. Find out what they think, find out what they read, find out what are their action steps. So at 27, 28 years old, I showed up on the doorstep unannounced. I had no job, no money, no car. And I just showed up on the doorsteps of motivational speaker Tony Robbins. People said, you just showed up? Yeah, because I wasn't invited. So, when you're not invited, you just take a risk and you show up. Somebody once told me that success is 90% just showing up. And that's what you're doing right here today, just in watching this video, you're showing up. And so we hope that just by showing up, that something opens up for you. Because I do believe that if we show up, something can open up. Will it always open up? Not always. But does it have a better probability just by showing up? Absolutely. And so when I started with Tony, I was the worst of worst. I started at $7.50 an hour. And it was a miserable experience because I was so terrible. And they kept wanting to fire me. It seemed like every 20 minutes. They just wanted to keep firing me. And I believe that there's a day that has the ability to turn it all around for us. And many times we don't know what, it might be a church service, and that might be the church. It might be a book read, it might be the book. It might be some type of, something we look at and go, oh my gosh, it might be something devastating, but yet it turns us around. We look and go, man, that's a devil in disguise, man. That's, there was something that was there. And so I struggled. There was a day that turned around for me, December 15th, 1996. And maybe you have that moment for you. Maybe it's come and you're already on that uprise, and maybe it hasn't quite. and maybe it's like right there for you. It's coming right at you. Maybe that moment that turns it around. December 15, 1996, Tony's company, the executive team, calls me into the office. I come into the office and they have pink paper sitting on the desk. The only thing they're looking for is a signature, not a debate. This wasn't a debate. They just needed a signature to send me on the back door, take me out quietly and peacefully. And so as I sat there that day being fired, I recognized I had one of two choices. And one of two choices I had was either step up or step aside. Let somebody else come in that could fill those shoes. Let somebody else come in that had more drive, more hunger, more ambition, more skill, more willingness to do whatever it took. And I thought, that's nonsense. I thought, this is what I'm destined to do. And I just remember I stood up and I took my 6'5" body. I just hovered over her desk and I looked right at her and I said, you can't fire me. I said, I'm not leaving. She said, well, what, you're not leaving? This wasn't a debate. We're just needing a signature. Not leaving. Give me one more shot. Give me one more opportunity. Just give it to me. I made it happen. She said, okay, you're in. One more shot. And I took that shot. And man, oh man, I started to do great things. Went back out, started to learn some new skills, started taking my income up to $5,000 a check. And I took my income to $10,000 a check. I was all excited. I was just a young kid, boarded a Greyhound bus, 19 years old, showing up to Tony Robbins' office. I thought, man, oh man, I'm making some good money. And then I thought to myself, what if I took the Ferrari out of the suburbs and took it into the desert? Of course, metaphorically speaking. I thought, man, because in a suburb, you can't go fast, right? You start running over kids and dogs and stuff. You take it into the desert, man, you throw it on down. I learned some new skills. I got the right and proper coaching in my life. The best people to pull out the best version of me. That's what was necessary. Took my income from making $10,000 on one paycheck to over $100,000 on the very next paycheck. Now, I don't say it to impress you, so please don't misinterpret that. I say to impress upon people that if they step into their greatness, that there's a power inside of them that they haven't met yet. I didn't know that I could go from 10 to 100. I didn't know that. It took the right coach, the right person, the right training. It took the right mentals for that right person to come in and pull out the best of me. And so for 25 years now, I've been privileged to do this with thousands of people. Again, training over 3,000 companies, moving 25 times in 5 years, becoming the #1 income earner, the #1 sales trainer for the Robbins organization, and great experience. And so now for 2.5 decades, I've been getting an opportunity to work with professional coaches. I get an opportunity to work with professionals in sales. I mean, just think about it right now. Just think about, what are you leaving in your life, either personally or professionally? What are you leaving in your life right now on the table? Like maybe you're in sales. How much money are you leaving on the table every month? Are you leaving $5,000 on the table? $10,000? $20,000? $30,000? How much are you leaving on the table because you can't get your mind together? You can't get your right action steps together. You haven't found the right distinction in the work in which you're doing to make the greatest impact. Maybe you're a coach. Maybe you're a professional coach right now in the coaching arena, and you're a life coach, a business coach, a success. Like, how much opportunity and money are you leaving on the table because you haven't really learned maybe efficiently and effectively how to put a proper deal together, or how to close the deal, or how to bring the best tools and strategies to your clients that can make the biggest of difference. See, for 25 years now, I've prided myself, and especially in today's world. See, we are in the worst of times. For some, they say ever, and others might come and contradict that and say in the last 100 years. But as far as I know, that's for longer than most you and I that are watching have been alive. So it's the worst time in our lifetime that's going on right now. So what people need is they need the best of coaching. They need the best tools, the best strategies, the best ideas, those little distinctions that can make the greatest difference. See, many times people are doing the right thing. So my experience in taking people that, whether it be in their finances, and they're like, man, dude, I'm scrapping in my and we turn their finances around, we turn their marriage around, we turn their fitness around, we turn and crank up their confidence. Many times it's those little distinctions that make the greatest of difference. So many times what I find is that people are doing the right thing, but they're not being the right person as they're doing the right thing. So it's not like people come and I go, well, what are you doing? And they go, well, I'm doing this. Oh, well, that's all wrong. Many times they're doing the right thing, but they're not being the right person. They're not being the right person in their mind. I like those little distinctions, metaphorically, just think about this. I like to use an example that, in golf, right? Many times it might be a single person or a married couple or what have you, buddies and pals. They might go off to the golf course for, during the weekdays or on the weekends and, spend weeks, months, years traveling to different destinations to get better at their golf game. But imagine for a moment that somebody that was a master, they had a green jacket on, and they come up from behind you as you're there on your swing, and they come up behind you and they're able to view in and look right down on your swing. And as you go to make it, they can make every little distinction. So as you go back, they go, no, that's too far. Your hips go, no, too far, to bring it down a little. There we go, just perfect. Little distinctions. And all of a sudden you go, wham, and you put it out like you've never done before. Now, many times that swing might have never been found. That swing might have taken weeks, months, years, decades to find that swing. But that's what happens when you bring in somebody of the best. Somebody's been doing it for 25 years, training 3,000 different companies, trained thousands of sales professionals. So if you're a sales professional, you're a coach right now, right? So maybe you're not in sales, maybe you're not a coach, but maybe you're just at some place in your life. But I just want to invite you to look at, what are you leaving on the table? What are you leaving on the table in your marriage? What are you leaving on the table in your finances? What are you leaving on the table in your fitness right now? What are you leaving? What kind of confidence have you lost? We're in a shaken society right now. A lot of time people's confidence has just been shaken. The uncertainty of what's next. Where am I going to go from here? Maybe you've been laid off. Maybe you've been outsourced. Maybe you've been downsized. Maybe something is something. And so what I'm inviting you to is to set up. If you feel like I'm speaking to you, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. You probably can tell by my personality. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. For some, I resonate perfect with. They're like, man, this is the dude I need in my corner. Give me the skills, the strategy, the encouragement, whatever that is. And maybe I'm speaking to you. And if that is you, I want to invite you to set up a 30-minute strategy session with myself personally. Not one of my junior coaches, not when I outsource you, with me personally. Let me take my skills, strategies, and ideas. Let's uncover what's blocking you either personally or professionally. And how do we take and remove the roadblocks so you've got more freedom in your life, personally, professionally, in your spiritual life, in your emotional life, and to uncover those things, to really lay the roadblock, or to take out the roadblock and to begin to create a new pathway for opportunity for yourself. You see, 2021 is a great opportunity to do amazing things. But it's going to take doing things different. You and I both know the definition of insanity we've heard many times over is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So many times people want to have a different result, but week in and week out and month in and month out and decade in and decade out, same thing. This could be that opportunity for you to make a shift. It could be an opportunity for you to supersize everything you feel like, man, 2020, what a disaster, what a mess, what a this and what a that. But to take and pick up all of everything you feel like you've missed out on in your marriage, maybe with your children, maybe yourself physically, and to capture all of that and more in 2021. So if you feel like that's you, click the button below or above or off to the side, wherever we have it. But somewhere along on this page, there's a button that says book a call or strategy session. So I'd invite you into that strategy session. Where we're going to take a session, we're going to develop a strategy that's going to get you to really take yourself into a whole new level. And at the end of that strategy session, hey, it'll make sense for us to either do something or you'll walk away with a tool, a tip, an idea, a something to encourage you, to push you, to move you, to motivate you into higher and bigger and greater levels. So again, I want to say thank you so much. If you stuck with us this long right now, again, it lets me know that you're not just interested, it lets me know you're committed, and it lets me know you're hungry for more success. So again, click the button below, book a call with me personally, not one of my junior coaches, and we're going to make sure that we take you, we're going to seize the moment. We're going to do things like you've never done before. We'll see y'all, hopefully on that strategy session. Talk to y'all later, everybody. Best of success. Bye-bye.